Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video about a consultation that I had today. I actually had a bottom surgery consultation with Dr. Broussard here in Montreal. The cat's tail is literally ruining this video. What are you doing? Yeah, so I just wanted to really update you on like why I went to Dr. Broussard, what I talked to him about. So originally, my goal for bottom surgery for me would be to have a clip. And BT dubs, I'm going to be like trigger warning using like terms of genitals. So I would like to get a clitoral release, a urethra lengthening so that you can pee standing up. But I would like my hole to stay there. Um, the reason for this is because I enjoy sex in that area a lot, and I don't want to get rid of that hole. So I went to Dr. Broussard and I asked him about that, and he told me that urethra lengthening without closing the hole, you can do it, but it comes with a lot of complications, and there's a very high chance that you won't actually be able to pee standing up because they won't be able to do the full release because the urethra cannot be lengthened as much as it normally would because they take the tissues from the cavity and to help it lengthen. And since I would be keeping the hole open and none of that stuff in the cavity would be used for the urethra, there's a very high risk that the urethra hookup would fail, or that if it does succeed, that I wouldn't actually be able to be standing up because it wouldn't be in the same place that it would be if I actually had a full metoidioplasty, which is the release, the urethra hookup, and they close up the cavity. And the reason why they close up the cavity is because they use a lot of the inside stuff to create the urethra. This is Dr. Broussard's technique. I haven't talked to other surgeons. I was going to speak to Dr. Marcy Bowers. There's Dr. McGinn and Dr. I don't think it's Brownstein. It's the other one. Brownstein, I think, retired. It's the other guy. Crane, maybe? I think it's him. About bottom surgery and to see what they would say about it. But after speaking to Dr. Broussard, and Dr. Broussard was actually really nice, and like he had some really great information for me about, why I would fail if I kept the hole open. They could try to do it. But honestly, the idea of not being able to pee freaks me out because I was in the hospital like 4 years ago for really bad, like 3 years ago, whatever, for like a really bad bladder infection. Like I had a catheter for 2 months, and the idea of not being able to pee scares the shit out of me. So when he actually told me that there is a complication that can happen with peeing, I didn't actually feel so bad about not, because I feel really dysphoric about not being able to pee standing up, and I've tried like 17 different STP devices and none of them work for me. I guess I could go ahead and try again, but after he told me that not everybody can successfully pee with metoidioplasty, there's a high rate that people that can, but if you keep the hole open, is what I'm saying, then, that actually made me feel a lot better, and I felt like maybe I could just deal with peeing sitting down, or I could find a way to pee standing up. So that would be really cool for me. But what he also told me, which was really surprising, is that he can actually do the testicular implant, which I think is awesome. Now, the thing with the testicular implants is I would have the release. So if you don't know what the release is, it's just like they cut the skin under the clit and they sew it up together so it like releases it from your area, and then you can have the testicular implants in your, what's it called, majora? I don't fucking know, the big lips, whatever those are called. And you could have those there. The only thing that would happen is that the balls wouldn't be attached together. They would just be like two separate balls. And I was like, oh, so that's really interesting. So now what I'm actually going to do is think about what I want to do. I want to do the release for sure. But I don't know. Do I want the testicular implants? Like, I didn't think that was a possibility with just a release. But now it is. Huh. What should I do? Obviously, you guys can't give me the answer, so it's not really a question to you. It's more a question for me to look upon. But I just thought it was some really great information. I did really want to share it with you guys. And, of course, he looked at my junk so that we could just, like, see if everything would be great for the release. And he told me that I had some very good growth, which was great. but I will try to gain more growth if I do decide to go this route. So I am going to try to get the DHT cream. I have an appointment with my endocrinologist next month, so I'm going to try to get a prescription for that there. It is a bit expensive, but whatever. And I can't afford a pump because that shit's expensive. But I bought this like really small one that was like $12. I'll show you. So this is it. So as you can see, it's like super small, and I only got it because like I bought a new packer, and the shipping was gonna be a lot unless I like paid over like 30, whatever. So it's like a suction thing. I tried it. It doesn't really work amazingly, but I guess I don't really like have the hang of it yet. It smells like plastic. I'm sorry. That was weird. So yeah, basically that's all that happened. I originally was under the impression that the release was not covered by the government because a friend told me that. But after talking to them, they actually told me that it was covered as long as I have the 2 letters from the therapist, a doctor, and my endocrinologist, and then the government would pay for it. If they wouldn't pay for it, if the government wasn't going to cover it, then the testicular implant and the release would cost something like $9,500. And I was like, it's a 1 hour surgery. Is this a game? Bless you. Anyways, that's it. The cat's gonna leave, so that means I'm gonna leave. I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions about my consultation or when I'm planning to do this or anything like that, let me know. Have a great week.